Of course. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I forgot to hit the key that captures the right fucking window. Wonderful. Anyway, I'm still lost, so you didn't really miss much on that front. Okay, so you're leading me to somebody. So far, all I've really achieved is getting some backtracking in. So welcome back to pitch blackness, where I can't see a fucking thing. Wonderful, isn't it? I was trying to grab onto the fucking stick thing, but no. Let's go ahead and get some food while I'm over here. Anyway, so long story short, welcome to the probably last episode of Rain World. I really wanted to like this game, as I've said before. The problem is that there's no sense of any overarching goal. And while the exploration is interesting, it's nowhere near enough to counterbalance the intense frustration that comes with it. And add on to that the fact that a lot of that frustration and a lot of the difficulty feels like it's coming from faults in the controls rather than any actual difficulty. Yeah, okay, I've seen that. And it's just a lot of getting lost, dying because the controls don't quite work the way that they feel like they should. For example, that. I was trying to crouch down, wound up falling off instead. That, where it's only sometimes that you can grab onto things in midair. And then my personal grudge against wall jumping, which is just, it's a core aspect of the traversal, as it is in most platforming games. Wonderful. Yes, I definitely wanted to grab on there. My God. Didn't have a problem with this before. Christ. So it's a core aspect of the traversal. And the controls for it are just dog shit. It's incredibly finicky. It requires a ridiculous amount of precision, and it's actually physically taxing. Add on to that the fact that for no discernible reason, you will sometimes just stop making any upward progress whatsoever. And the fact that if you mess up once, then you get sent all the way back down. because you just fall. Eat, you fuck. And that's just incredibly annoying, especially when you're on a timer. And when a lot of the core difficulty related to the timer is trying to not let the controls fuck you over and force you to run out of time, that's a problem. Because the controls should not be the enemy. The controls should be a tool that you use, and not something that you're actively having to fight against at every turn. Like that. I was trying to jump across, and instead of jumping, he just walked forward and died. So we get to do this again. And that's sort of the core of my complaints, is that this game has no fucking respect for your time. It will make you repeat sections over and over and over again for no real reason. Like, the fact that I'm having to do this bit doesn't add to the difficulty. It doesn't add to the gameplay experience. It's just annoying. And it's just a waste of time. And it's just frustrating. It just adds to the frustration. The comparison that I keep throwing back to in a bunch of games is Dark Souls, because that's what I know. But it's a good point of reference for how to do a punishing and unforgiving game well. And I would say the Rain World is a punishing game. If you fuck up, you will die. And that's fine. I like games like that. But the thing about Dark Souls is that it's very punishing, it's unforgiving, but it's fair. You can't blame the controls, because the controls are, fuck me, well optimized and well designed. It's always easy to tell what you did wrong, even if it's not always necessarily easy to execute on the right choice or on the right actions. You always know what they are for a given situation. Say you're fighting a boss, and you'll always know, oh, I should have dodged that, or I should have dodged that in this way, or whatever. But with this, more often than not, it's the controls that are killing you. Are you kidding me? Fuck off. And so it's not always clear what you did wrong, or if you even did something wrong. Like, for example, those underwater tunnel bits where I was drowning over and over and over again. It wasn't clear if I was drowning because I don't know how to swim well enough, or if I was drowning because that's just not a path that I can take. And there was really no indication one way or another. Yes, can I eat this, please? Okay. And then, again, the jumping sections are just... If you don't do things very, very, very precisely. Like there's a ridiculous amount of precision that's required for the controls to work. And with that being the case, you need to have, or rather, you need to have some sort of buffer for these controls, because you can't guarantee frame perfect inputs. That thing's gonna eat me, isn't it? Like, for example, here. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do. Well, I mean, I'm fucking dead here. Yeah, thanks. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to, be able to do when it comes to, one of those particular parts, specifically where I was, part that I keep dying on. Oh great, it ate my, arm, right. Now I don't even think I'll be able to get back through here, because there's not going to be enough food. Wonderful. Well, actually, no, I can get through, because there's food on the other side. But, specifically the part that I keep dying on here, I feel like there should be a way to guarantee that you grab onto that beam when you're going down, but there isn't, or at least if there is, I don't know how to do it. And so every time I go through there, I run a quite high risk of just falling off, because the controls are at the same, or simultaneously very precise, or require a high amount of precision, and also extremely slippery. Like that. I'm trying to jump, you fuck. Okay, I guess I just can't get that then. So you wind up with cases where you need to have very, very tight precision. But at the same time, if you I really don't like this thing. If you aren't, of course. Case in point. Sometimes you will climb up. Sometimes you will not climb up. And then if you try to press the button that would make you climb up, you instead jump off in the other direction. This is a problem. For hopefully obvious reasons. Yes, I'm aware that this is food. So it really just feels like the majority of the time, what you're battling against isn't the world, it's the controls. And that's just a bad experience. And I think that's really the core of why I don't want to continue with this, because it's not enjoyable. and it doesn't feel tightly designed enough to be as unforgiving as it is. And sure, maybe if I devoted an inordinate amount of time to mastering the controls and figuring out all the little fiddly movement techniques and all that shit, things might go better. But that shouldn't be necessary to play the game on a fundamental level. I appreciate that. I appreciate there being fiddly little control things that let you do cool stuff. But you also need to make it so that the game is playable without needing that stuff. Or if it isn't, fucking explain it. Because that's the other thing that this game just does not do. It doesn't explain anything. And in some cases, that's fine. In other cases, it's not. And if you have a poor traversal thing, and I'm dead. Why would you even do that? There was no way I was going to be able to get out of that. If you have a core traversal technique that isn't obvious or easy to figure out, then you have to explain it. Doesn't necessarily have to be a direct explanation, but you've got this guide thing. So maybe have the guide explain things. Except that the guide uses these oblique symbols that only make sense if you like delve into the deep lore of the game. And yes, some of them you can figure out by context, or by dying to whatever it's warning you about. But some of them not so much, and those sorts of things don't really work too well for explanations. If it's trying to explain something to you that you need to figure out, but the explanation isn't in any form that you can really understand. Which is, I suppose, why they didn't do that, but then you need to find a different way to explain things. Because you can't just have these traversal techniques and then not tell anybody that they exist. But anyway, I've gone off on a tangent. So basically, once again, fighting with the controls. Lovely. Thank you for wasting my time again, game. And here's the worst part of the experience, is that I am beating my head against this one segment because the controls keep not functioning or keep not doing what I need them to do for generally no discernible reason. Like, I understand that now that I can't make that jump, so I have to do that some other way. But a lot of the times it's just, oh, the controls didn't do what I'm telling them to do, so I died. Now I have to do the segment over again. And I don't even know if this is where I need to be going. There is no indication whatsoever, except this orange thing that's been following me around is pointing this direction and giving me a symbol that I don't know what it means. It might just be pointing at the gate and letting me know that it's there, for all I know. And I have no idea where I need to be going. I have no idea what my overall goal is. Presumably reuniting with my family, but I have no idea what that means in any sort of concrete terms. I met some sort of presumably important figure, because I got an achievement for meeting them. But as far as I can tell, they didn't fucking say anything to me. And I don't know what they want. I don't know what to do with them. And so I just left that area, and I don't even know if I missed something in there or not. Okay, what are you pointing at? Okay, same shit. And so it's just really a bad experience all around. Again, I wanted to like this game. I really did. And the aesthetics are really interesting. I enjoy the world. The problem is that getting around, which is kind of the main like aspect of this game, is just not at all enjoyable. Okay, where are you taking me now? Yep, I am aware that that is there, and I'm aware that it wants to eat me. Okay. Hi. Is there anything I can do for you? Okay, I thought it was pointing this way, but there doesn't appear to be anything up here. Okay, then. Is... Okay. I've been here before? I feel like I have. Yes. Alright. Okay, so I want to go up. Gotcha. I think I need to go up from the other side. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right, and then there's bits like this. where I literally cannot see anything. Like, this entire place is just awful. And again, I'm going through all this shit when I don't even know if I need to be going anywhere over here. Oh, wonderful. Something over here wants to eat me. So, yeah, overall, not really enjoying it. And if this game is your thing, more power to you. But it's just not mine. And it's not, designed well enough to justify the effort and frustration that I need to put into it to progress. You want me to go down here, right? Okay. That's horrible. Hey, could you fuck off already? Alright. Oh, look, it's one of those fucking prawns that's going to eat me. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting past that, is there? Maybe if I go above? Okay, I've got a stick at least now. Get the feeling that this is going to kill me. Yeah. Really not sure what I'm supposed to do there. And that's sort of, again, a core complaint, is that it's just a lot of, I go through this whole huge segment, and then I get killed by something because I'm being told to go past it, and I literally don't know how. And there's no really, what the fuck is this? This isn't where I want to be going, is it? Where the hell did I go? Not there. Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I? Did I? Yes. Okay. No? Make up your damn mind, dude. Well, maybe this is the actual way I'm supposed to be going. Ah, wonderful. What's the timer at? 53. Alright. Yeah, I'm done. So yeah, main points are no sense of any overarching goal, no indication whatsoever of where you actually need to be going, and the vast majority of the difficulty comes from the controls rather than any sort of any sort of actual sense of challenge from the world itself. And sure, the world is dangerous, but that just puts you in but it feels like it mostly just puts you in situations for the controls to fuck you over, than in situations that would be largely dangerous to the same extent if you had actually usable controls. So yeah, this is going to be the last episode of Rain World, at least for the time being. If you'd like exploration-based games and you think you can get past the controls, then I would say go for it. But if you're like me, and if you're a more mechanically minded person, and having the controls constantly fuck you over is an issue for you, then I would say steer clear. Because it really, there was no point at which I felt like the frustration was justified, either in terms of challenge or in terms of payoff. Anyway, on that note, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with something else. Maybe Dark Souls, maybe, I don't know, something, but not Rain World. Not for now, at least.